I'm in Salad and I saw The Room. It is directed by Tommy Wiseau. This is requested by a Patreon. If you like the fast track of movie review, you can do that at patreon.com/ASEPresents. And if you haven't seen this, I will spoil it for you. Why have you not seen this whatsoever? This masterpiece, I'm going to already tell you. All right, so this movie starts with Johnny, Lisa, and the young boy that throughout the entirety of the movie, I did not catch his name. Quite unfortunate. Well, anyway, this young boy who looks to be 20 years old, very funny. Their lovely day consists of Johnny's like, hello, my love, welcome. We're gonna have a nice time, I'm gonna give you gifts, I'm gonna have a nice little pillow fight with you, and then this little boy is going to jump in the middle of this pillow fight, which is really weird. Okay, first of all, I have to talk about the acting real quick before I continue. Already, this acting is so, I don't know how to describe it. It's not good acting, but it's not like bland either. It's tonally incongruent is probably the closest I could describe it as. But we have this, Johnny is like, I love you, love. I love you so much. And Lisa is like, okay, I'm kind of bored. You're boring, okay? I'm gonna go over to your best friend's house. And you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna have a sex scene. Actually, I should probably mention, before Lisa goes over to Mark's house, Lisa and Johnny also have a sex scene. So it's like, this movie structure is basically a few minutes, and then 4 minutes, 5-minute sex scene, a few minutes, and then a 4 to 5 minute sex scene, which happened with Lisa and Mark. And I'm like, why are you cheating on him? You guys are supposed to marry each other. Lisa's like, he's boring, okay? I don't like him, he's boring. And then like, freaking Mark is like, okay, I'll just kiss you, even though I guess I don't respect my best friend at all ever, because I'm just gonna smooch on his girl, which is like the most terrible thing you can do. All right, but anyway, now we're at the part where Lisa's like, okay, sex scene over. Let's talk to my friends, let's talk to my mom. The conversations with the mother, it's like, I see where you get your weird evilness here. Okay, so basically Lisa's like, I don't love him anymore, Mom. And the mother's like, you have to marry him. You have to marry him. You're not financially secure. Freaking bugs, get out of here. Get it. There's a lot of bugs in Kentucky. I enjoyed swatting that bug more than the premise of this movie, but I really love the terrible acting on all these, this chick especially. Both chicks are terrible. Actually, all the chicks in it are terrible. All the men in the movie are terrible. They're all terrible, okay? Especially this mother. She's like, oh, you have to marry him. Don't you know that I'm sick? I came back from the doctor and they said I have breast cancer. And it's like in that tone, in that like, it's so incongruent. Because if she's like, I'm casually dying, I'm dying. And then Lisa's like, you're not dying. And I'm like, oh my goodness, this, were they instructed to like deliver these lines in the most incongruent way possible? Well, anyway, now we have a lot of, it's so funny, okay? It's the most funniest thing that I can encounter. So now we have a lot of like, oh, well, talk about best friend. Have you told him? Have you told Johnny? Well, no, I'm scared. I'm like, why? Well, you're not scared to sleep with somebody else just behind his back. Were you scared enough to confront him about the things that you did? Terrible, weak person. I don't like Lisa at all. I think she's a terrible person. I think the mother's a terrible person. Also, this movie is really weird because there's a marriage that's about to happen, right? And it's like, aren't you supposed to marry him? Yeah, okay. And then there's like a birthday party. Really, like, wait, hold on. It kind of flipped like my perception of the timing throughout the film. A lot of the time I felt like, wait, what's happening? This just happened, okay. And then they're all in tuxedos now, and they're all playing football. Okay, why are they doing that? They're just having a nice little time playing football, and then we have Johnny is like, what's wrong with my girlfriend? Why could she say this to me? What's up with this? Also, I should mention that the funniest thing when we see Lisa and like Mark talking to each other, having a little chat, and we have Johnny just like, what's up? You know what he says? How could they be saying this about me? Instead of, why did she do this to me? She's not saying anything about you. She's literally did something against you, like did a thing. Words and actions are completely different, and you're worried about the words of somebody instead of the action of what she did. This comes to a head though when there's the birthday party I mentioned, and I'm like, wait, is this a bachelorette party? Oh, they're chilling in tuxedos and now they're not, I guess. Okay, that's weird. Also, I still love how Johnny and Mark are just talking like next to each other the entire time when they're not like next to their whatevers, the women that they're near. And man, they have an affair. Let's see, is Mark and Lisa. They have another sex scene and another sex scene. I think I counted like 5 or 6 sex scenes in this. There is a failed attempt at a sex scene a little bit later, but I'll go more into detail on that. I gotta mention how friendly and casual their conversations are. Also, none of the conversations are like trying to explore the other person's thoughts at all. A lot of the dialogue is, why could he do this to me? I don't know. You know, I'm not happy with this person. What's up? Oh, hey, can you, how you being transparent? Well, how's your sex life? Oh my goodness. Speaking of that line, there's one other like instance in which Mark and Johnny are like in public together. They're at the cafe, right? Mark is like, hey, how's your business going? And Tommy was so. Johnny is like, it's I can't talk about it. How's your sex life? And it's like, why are you asking about his sex life? You didn't ask about your sex life, bro. Ask about, I don't know, his business. Why? Okay, and then he's like, I'm not going to talk about it. And then it's like, he looks down, I'm like, yeah, he's sleeping with your woman. And then immediately after that scene, there's another sex scene with Lisa and Mark. So yeah, they have a lot of sex. This happens many times behind Johnny's back, but there is a birthday party, I guess. I thought it was a bachelorette party, but it's just a party, and it's like a birthday party for someone. And they do get into a little tiff, and I couldn't really tell what the tiff was about until like way into the fight, okay? So basically the tiff is like, what's interesting is we have Lisa and Mark, who are not publicly together in any relationship, bickering at a party. And Johnny is not paying attention to this until Mark pushes Lisa, and then he's like, hey, what's the problem here? And then like Mark and Johnny get aggressive. They immediately diffuse the situation. They're like, okay, it's okay. And I'm like, first of all, why? why did you just stop the conflict? There is no like building on dialogue from the other characters' dialogue. This movie's dialogue structure really felt like if it wasn't between like the chicks interacting with each other, and not even that, like they still don't like build up off of each other's dialogue and whatever, there's like no conflict there. Even if there is conflict, it just dies so suddenly. It's like, okay, you know what, it's okay, I forgive you. And then they're like, oh, they're cordial again. And then, like, not even 30 seconds later, another fight breaks out. It's like, they're not cordial. You didn't even think about the first time why you guys are in a tiff. And then, like, Johnny does explain, I know why you're sleeping with my wife. How could you? How could you do that to me? And then, you know, Tommy feels alone. So Tommy goes home. He takes a gun, and while he's like, oh, I'm alone in the world, oh, I'm alone, I've been cheated on, and now my best friend is also gone too. By the way, this, I read a little bit into this movie. It's a little it's called semi-autobiographical. So this has happened, except for, I guess, this death part, where he eats a gun, and then like chews on it, and he's like, I like this lead, even though I'm dead now, because I accidentally pulled the trigger, I still like the taste of this lead in my mouth. And he's on the floor, just bloodied up, right? Okay, here's the reaction from Lisa and Mark. They look down, and they're clearly crying over the friend. But you know what? Mark is like, Lisa, this is your fault. And I'm like, this isn't just Lisa's fault, this is everyone's fault. This is your fault too, bro. You don't understand that you're breaking a bro code, okay? Bro codes are like the code of life. Who cares about women code? Women code and schmin code. More like bro code is for life, okay? And he broken. Now the guy, yeah, I guess it is technically for life because he ended his life once it was broken. But I also think Lisa is definitely a terrible, evil person. And she goes out of her way. She's like, yeah, I think manipulating is okay. Also, there's a line where she's like, don't you know that men and women abuse and use each other? That's perfectly fine. Actually, it's the mother who says that. The mother says it's okay to abuse people. It's okay to abuse people? Man, this mother's unhinged. There's another part of that quote, but I don't remember what it is, but it's as unhinged. It's so unhinged. All these characters are unhinged. Johnny? Yeah, he might be boring. He might be cliche, giving a bunch of flowers. Who needs flowers, okay? Who needs flowers in their house? That isn't alive, by the way. These are just gonna die, okay? I don't care about dying plants. Please do not give me any dying plants. As soon as it's cut, it's dying, okay? Unless you water propagate it, and you can't really properly water propagate these roses or whatever without changing the water like every 3 days. And I'm sure she's not doing that because she's a terrible person thinking about evil schemes and manipulate people instead of keeping plants alive. Man, this movie was a trip. I had to stop it several times. I started it, stopped at 5 minutes, started it, stopped at 17, started it, stopped at 35, started it, stopped at like 50, then like an hour 15, then like the end. And it's like, oh geez, this was a trip. Character progression, is there any? No. I mean, I guess if you, Johnny progresses to death, that's a character progression. Lisa and Mark don't learn anything from this experience, which is terrible. The mother is terrible. The child who Tommy loved, and there's a lot of dialogue on, oh yeah, Tommy loved him. He like adopted him, or basically gave him lots of money to have his own house or something. And you know, that kid is the only one that's suffering from this loss. You know what's interesting about Lisa? She's like, I just want everything I want. I only want what I want, and nobody else is allowed to get in front of that, or something like that. Terrible people. They're all terrible people, and I don't want them to live. I wanted Tommy to live the most and he's dead. Why do all the bad ones stay alive? The acting's terrible. The lighting's okay. I noticed a lot of either unintentional or intentional color palettes in the set, in the dressing, which is fine. I could see it. Apparently they spent $3 million on this. I could see it in the set and nothing else. I don't know how you spend $3 million on this movie. Or equivalent, or somewhere around that. I don't know the exact number, but it's high and it's too high. I gotta give this movie a solid, it's not worse than One Too Many. I would say it's not as bad as Velma, but it's not, is it as bad as Twisted Pair? Twisted Pair, there's a concept. There is a concept, but it's kind of all over the place. This is hard to decide. I think I'm just gonna put it on par with Twisted Pair, because it's an attempt. It's an attempt. So I give this movie a 3.6 out of 10. If you like this review, watch another one. YouTube really likes that. You can also like, comment, subscribe, share this video with everyone you know. The ultimate goal of this channel is for me to become an expert movie reviewer, so if I haven't reviewed it on a channel, there's a chance I haven't even seen it at all. If you'd like to request a movie in the comments below, you can do that. You can fast track a movie review on patreon.com/ASEPresents. $20 a month for one movie review per 1 month. $3 a month for how to draw Pokemon tutorials. Posted there early at patreon.com/ASEPresents. And if you'd like to help support the daily grindiness of all these daily movie reviews, go to this link tree to find the way that you can help support the daily grindiness. So go here, and until next time, I'm Mint Salad. So I'll see you later, my salad croutons and bacon bits.